If you're thinking about moving to Turkey for permanent residence, there's one last step left. Choose a city. The city that will become a new home for you and your family. What city in Turkey to choose to live in? Where is better? Where climate is more pleasant and infrastructure is more comfortable? Let's find out together with the leading overseas real estate agency Tolerance Homes. Our good old channel subscribers know that we have a whole playlist with video reviews of Turkish cities. And this time, Tolerance experts have compiled a checklist to make it easier for you to choose a city, to buy an apartment in Turkey and to take into account all the important criteria. The checklist is in the description under this video. Feel free to use it when you compare potential places to live for you and your family and add the page to your browser bookmarks. At the end of this video, we'll go over the checklist and summarize. And now let's take a walk through the cities of Turkey. If you're active and passionate, then big cities are good for you. If you like a quiet life, it is better to choose a smaller city, or maybe a small town. All the options are here in our review. The first among the major cities that come to mind, of course, are Istanbul, Izmir, Antalya, and gaining in popularity every day, Mersin. Istanbul is Turkey's most populous metropolis with more than 16 million people. That's why Istanbul has the highest prices in the country for real estate, food and entertainment. And then there are the traffic jams and traffic jams and traffic jams. But Istanbul is also incredibly beautiful and distinctive. That's why all these people come here. The monuments, the views, the heritage. There's authenticity and a Byzantine Ottoman flavor that you don't see anywhere else. Nowadays, Istanbul also gives great opportunities. It is worth choosing to move to Istanbul if you plan to do business in Turkey. The city is part of one of Turkey's low-tax and low-customs-free zones. It is a major seaport and aviation hub. It is convenient to travel and conduct international trade from this city. Only in the metropolis you will find so much entertainment. There is much to see and touch. There is something to do at any time, day and night. Here you will often hear the question, where are you from? Because there are more newcomers in Istanbul than locals. It means both foreigners from all over the world and Turks from all over the country, and also refugees and migrants. A common disadvantage of a super megapolis is the activity of pickpockets in the city center. After all, where there are a lot of tourists, there is always something to pick, so be careful. There are 39 districts in the city for all taste and prosperity. The most famous are Beşiktaş, Emirgan, Taksim, Kadıköy and others. You can find luxurious ones and relatively inexpensive ones, situated far from the center. There are great opportunities for education in Istanbul. There are many schools, universities, high schools where foreigners can study, but foreigners need a residence permit to enter. Who would have thought that in a city near the sea, swimming would be a problem? In Istanbul you can have luxury accommodations overlooking the Bosphorus and still it takes 3 hours for you just to get to the beach where you can swim in the sea. The locals prefer the beaches outside the city. And of course the sea is colder here than in the south or west of the country. But everything is overshadowed by the true identity, incredible beauty and big opportunities of the big cities. Istanbul is chosen by those who are willing to put up with high prices, dense crowds and traffic jams. Another place that deserves your attention is Izmir. It's also a big city, the third most populous in Turkey, but it's on the Aegean Sea. Therefore, it is warmer here. But although Izmir has a long promenade, the beaches in the city itself are almost absent. If you want to swim in the sea, you have to go to the suburbs, just like in Istanbul. And many residents prefer to use ferries to get from one part of the city to another. The Turks say it's a European way of life here. Izmir is one of the most secular and modern cities in Turkey. There are a lot of schools and universities which are considered to be the best in Turkey. Children of foreigners can study there and the educational opportunities are great. You will not see many women dressed in Orthodox way in the streets. There are many bicycle lanes. Almost every cafe and store has English-speaking staff. Izmir is growing fast. At the same time, the development is quite mixed. Next to posh skyscrapers, it is easy to come across neighborhoods with dilapidated and unsightly houses. But every day more and more Turks and foreigners choose this city to move to. It is very close to super famous resort towns, such as Çeşme, Alaçatı and Kuşadası. Also nearby is the ancient city of Ephesus, with the remains of one of the 7 wonders of the world, the Temple of Artemis. But at the same time, Izmir is not a tourist city. It isn't easy to get a residence permit here if you do not buy real estate. The third famous city in Turkey is Antalya, the capital of the Turkish Riviera. But its prices are lower than in Istanbul, including prices for housing. What awaits for you if you choose to move to Antalya? A lot of foreigners, especially Europeans, and a large Russian-speaking community. People often choose Antalya from Belarus, Kazakhstan, Russia and Ukraine. And you can be sure you won't have any trouble communicating here. And many of the natives live off tourism, so the attitude to the newcomers is very kind, especially if the newcomers honor their traditions. Here, too, in different areas you can find a comfortable home and cheaper home. New houses are constantly being built. Warm climate, long beach season. The sea is right in the city, but it's not a closed bay, so the water is clean. Great beaches stretch for half the town. To swim, you do not need to travel anywhere. Here you will always find something to your liking. Lots of parks, restaurants and movie theaters, stores, stadiums, good clinics, plenty of private and public schools and kindergartens, the most beautiful waterfront and the mountains around, and much more. It's not hard to find specialists for everything, from manicurists to top-notch lawyers and realtors. The only disadvantage is the unpunctuality of the locals. But the relaxed rhythm of life you'll quickly get used to, and the constant delays will cease to be annoying. Why rush when you don't have to rush? A special point in our review is Mersin, a large port and city. Mersin combines the advantages of a sea resort and a place for active life. These days, Mersin deservedly attracts more and more attention from foreign buyers of apartments, because the quality of life is excellent and prices here are 2-3 times lower than in Alanya or Antalya. And this applies not only to real estate, but the cost of living in general. Visits to a restaurant or store or market are much cheaper in Mersin than in the more famous tourist cities. This is really not yet a very well-known place, but developing every day a new pearl of Turkey. Small towns are ideal to those who have a passive income and want the tranquility of the warm sea. The most popular of these cities are Alanya, Bodrum and Fethiye. Alanya is the real pearl of Turkey, the warmest place in the country. The local says this is paradise on earth. A quiet city that comes alive during the summer season and almost fall asleep in wintertime. There's a short walk to the beach from most town's districts. Stores, shopping malls, souvenir shops make Alanya attractive for shopaholics. The region's abundance of places of interest makes it very interesting for those who love to explore the world. Bodrum is an elite resort where yacht sports and sailing is developed. It is ideal for those who can't stand the heat. At the height of summer, the air temperature rarely rises above plus 30 degrees. Real estate here is not cheap, but the investment pays off quickly. Fethiye is a city of low-rise buildings, where many European pensioners live. There are also natives of Russian-speaking countries. Investors and real estate buyers are attracted here by the beautiful scenery, wild beaches and surrounding nature reserves. Among the small towns and villages, there are other popular options: Kemer, Side, Marmaris, Belek and others. They are all located in the southern part of Turkey, all near the sea, and all give their residents a quiet, measured, pleasant life. What's important to consider when choosing a city to move to? Here is our little checklist. In the left column are your interests or abilities, and in the right column the most relevant cities in Turkey. To make it easier for you to compare, we put this checklist in the description below the video. You can look at it and immediately pencil in a notebook to make notes to decide which city suits you best. Turkey is a very versatile country. It can give comfort to those who do not tolerate the hustle and bustle, and fans of active, busy life also. Of course, most property buyers are guided primarily by prices, and if you are comparing offers in different cities within the same budget, we are ready to help you make the right choice. Tolerance Homes has been working in the Turkish real estate market for more than 20 years. During this time, more than 1,500 clients have become not only happy owners of an apartment or a villa here, but also our friends. Because we really help our clients not only with getting real estate, but also with paperwork and household matters even after buying property. What exactly does Tolerance do? We explained in a recent video about getting second citizenship in Turkey. And our many real estate offers you can see on our website or contact us here. Feel free to contact us and see you in Turkey.